Okay, so ang topic natin today, two methods of accounting for share capital. So we have journal entry method and memorandum method. So dalawa lang, no? Dalawa lang naman yung methods of accounting for share capital. The difference between two lies in the entries pertaining to the authorization and issuance of share capital. So, dun lang daw, no, nagkakaiba sa mga entries na pertaining to authorization and issuance of share capital. So, sa authorization of capital and issuance of share capital. Now, to elaborate, no, itong methods of accounting for share capital, meron tayo ditong short problem, no? Actually, maigsi lang siya. Iilan lang yung transactions ng share capital. Ang requirement, number 1, prepare journal entries to record each of the transactions listed using the journal entry and memorandum methods. So, journal entries, no, under two methods of accounting for share capital. Yung requirement ng number 1. And number 2, compute the total share capital for MYGI as at December 31, 2021. So, yung number 2 naman, no, i-determine lang natin yung total share capital under ng journal entry method and memorandum method. Now, dalawa yung method na binanggit, no? Two methods of accounting for share capital. Gagawin natin parehas sa problem. And ang uunahin natin gagawin, no? Ang uunahin natin gagawin, yung method number 2 muna. Ayan, yung memorandum method. Uunahin natin si memorandum method. Now, bakit yung memorandum method ang unahin natin, no? Kasi class, kaya uunahin natin si memorandum method, no, compare kay journal entry method, no? Although pwede niyo namang unahin, no, si journal entry bago si memorandum. Pero for the discussion of accounting for share capital, unahin natin gawin si memorandum method. Ang reason kasi kaya memorandum method yung unahin nating gagawin is ang memorandum method, yan kasi yung nakasanayan na method in accounting for share capital. So, pagdating nyo, no, kung kayo ay nasa basic accounting pa lang ngayon, kung kayo ay mga first year, na aspiring certified public accountants, yan. Pagdating nyo ng second year, third year, fourth year, and fifth year, no, yung mga accounting for share capital na ma-encounter nyo sa higher accounting topics, ay ginagamitan ng memorandum method. Kaya yan yung uunahin natin. And kapag silent, no, yung problem as to method of share capital, so when we say silent ang problem, no, kumbaga hindi mo alam, no, or hindi binanggit sa problem kung anong method ang gagamitin. Ang gagamitin natin yung number 2, memorandum method. Now, memorandum method. So, gagawin natin yung problem using, unahin muna natin si memorandum method. Ito kasi class yung nakasanayan, no? Kaya ito yung unahin natin. Na accounting for share capital. Okay. Illustration on January 4, 2021. Min Yoongi Incorporated received its articles of incorporation authorizing the issuance of the following shares. So, dalawang type yung shares na authorize si Min Yoongi na issue, no? We have preference and ordinary. So, sa mga baguhan pa lang, no, kung nandito ka, nag-advance study, no, or kumbaga nandito ka for kumbaga review, no, hindi mo maintindihan kumbaga yung lectures, no, sa libro or sa handouts mo, usually ang mga accounting involving share capital, no, ay nagsisimula lagi sa mga ganyang transaction, no, yung authorization ng shares of stock. So dito, preference and ordinary. Tapos, the following transactions took place during 2021. So, mamaya lang natin, basahin. So, diretso, tayo, no? Journal entry using memorandum method. Ang una natin na i-record, no? I-record yung authorization, no? Kumbaga yung authorized number of authorized, no? Authorized share capital. Yun muna yung una natin i-record na transaction. Dalawang klase yung shares, no? We have preference and ordinary. Now, to record, no, yung authorized authorized share capital, no, under memorandum method, kailangan muna nating i-determine yung tinatawag nating syempre yung amount, no? Amount ng authorized share capital. Authorized share capital. So, paano ma-compute yun? E di yung par value, yung multiply lang natin dun sa number of shares authorized to issue. So, eto, 100 pesos times 100,000 shares, that is 10 million, no? 10 million pesos. Sa ordinary shares naman, 50 times 10 million shares, that is 500 million, no? 500 million pesos. Ayan. Unahin natin determine, no, yung tinatawag na authorized share capital. Na kung gusto yung i-recall yung mga terms, no, about share capital, so nandito yung link, no, ng Accounting for Corporations. Yan yung video. So panoorin nyo na lang, no, kung gusto nyo i-recall. Okay. Now to record yung authorization of share capital under memorandum method, memo entry lang, no, yung ating ilalagay kasi memorandum method tayo. Ayan. So lagay lang natin memo entry, ayan. Tapos lagay lang natin the company was authorized. Medyo mahaba-haba, no, kasi dalawang types of shares yung kanyang authorized to issue, no? Was authorized to issue. Tapos lagay natin yung amount ng authorized share capital. The company was authorized to issue 10 million pesos, no? 10 million pesos preference shares. Tapos divided by divided into, no, into pala dapat. Divided into, tapos lagay natin yung number of shares authorized, which is 100,000. 100,000 shares. So, 10 million divided by 100,000. Therefore, magka-come up tayo sa par value with 100 peso par value. Okay, no? Tapos na si preference. Tapos si ordinary naman, no? So, dugtong na lang natin. And 500 million pesos. 500 million pesos ordinary shares. Tapos tuloy lang natin, no? Gayahin lang natin to, no? Divided into, tapos lagay natin yung number of shares authorized, no? To issue. 10 million shares. Tapos, sundan natin with, tulad lang natin sa preference share, no? With, so 500 million divided by 10 million, so 50. No? With 50 par value. Yeah. So, memo entry, medyo may kahabaan, no? Kasi dalawang class of shares yung ano eh. Or dalawang types of shares kasi, preference tsaka ordinary. Now, next natin, January 16. January 16, 2021. So, itong mga basic transactions lang naman to, no? MYGI sold 10,000 ordinary shares for 640,000 cash. Minsan ginagamit, no? Issue, kumbaga MYGI issued 10,000 ordinary shares, no? So, minsan ginagamit yung term na sold. So, issuance of shares, tsaka sale of shares of stock, parehas lang naman, no? Ibig sabihin. Issuance, tapos sold, no? Parehas lang naman yan. So, entry natin, debit cash, no? 640,000. Magkano natanggap, no? Tapos, credit, ordinary shares, no? Magkano? So, syempre, kapag ordinary share account, ang amount na palaging naka-par value. So, 10,000 shares times kung magkano yung par ng ordinary, 50. That is 500,000. Tapos, yung excess, no, share premium, ordinary share. So, acronym na lang, no? Mabilis tayo. Share premium, ordinary shares, 140,000. Ayan. February 6, no? 2021. So, MYGI exchange 8,000 ordinary shares for a small concrete structure with a fair value of 512,000 pesos. Kapag kasi issuance of share capital, pwede rin siyang non-cash asset, no, yung pambayad. Kumbaga kanina kasi sa number 1, ang pinambayad ng shareholder 640,000 cash. Ito naman ang pinambayad, no, ng shareholder small concrete structure, so non-cash assets. Ayan. With a fair value of 512,000. Now, kapag ang shares of stock, no, ay in-issue in exchange for a non-cash asset, no, ang debit natin, syempre, yung natanggap nating asset. So, ang natanggap natin dito, small concrete structure. So, gamit na lang tayo ng account na building. Ayan. Building. Ayan. Tapos, ang amount at fair value, 512,000. So, may lecture nito, no, yung share issuances for non-cash considerations. So, may lecture video dito na sa channel, and nandito yung link, no? Nandito yung link ng share issuances for non-cash considerations. So, debit, building, credit, ordinary shares, no? So, par value, no? 8,000 times 50. That is 400,000. Tapos, credit share premium, ordinary shares for the excess, 112. March 25, 2021. MYGI issued 10,000 preference shares for 180 per share. Ayan. So, preference share capital naman, no? Yung issued share. So, debit cash, 180, no, per share. Times 10,000. That is 1.8, no? 1.8 million. Credit preference shares, no? Ayan. Ang preference shares account, parang ordinary share account lang din naman yun, no? Pagdating sa amounts, no? Laging naka-record at par value. So, par value of preference is 100 pesos. Times 10,000 shares. That is 1 million pesos. So, excess, share premium, pero preference shares. Kasi preference share yung in-issue. 800,000. Ayan. I hope class, no, nakakasunod pa naman kayo, no, sa ating discussion about share capital. Next transaction, June 30. Ayan. Next transaction, June 30. So, MYGI sold 19,000 ordinary shares for 72 per share. So, debit, cash. So, kano yun? 19,000 shares times 72. So, 19,000 times 72, that is 1,368,000. Credit, ordinary shares at par value, 19,000 times 50. 19,000 times 50, that is 950,000. No? Tapos, yung excess, share premium, ordinary shares. Magkano? 418,000 pesos. Tama ba? 1,368 minus 950, that is 418,000 pesos. And last, October 26, MYGI sold preference shares for 1,650,000. Now, kapag ganyan lang yung statement, no, ang assumption dyan, cash, syempre, no. Debit cash, 1,065,000. Credit, preference, shares. So, magkano? 7,500 times par value, 100. That is 750. No? 750,000 pesos. Tapos, credit, share premium, preference share for the excess. That is 900,000. Ayan, so tapos na, no, yung ating journal entries under memorandum method. So, next natin gagawin, computation of share capital, total share capital as at December 31, 2021, under ng memorandum method. Okay, next natin yung total share capital under ng memorandum method. So, ano lang natin, no? Determine lang natin yung balances ng bawat shareholder account dito, no? So, share capital lang naman. So, preference share, tsaka yung ordinary shares. Tapos yung share premium. So, total nun, yun yung total share capital. Okay, preference. No? Preference shares. So, start tayo sa preference shares. Yan. Journal entries. So, journal entries na titingnan natin, no? Dito considered, no? Hindi yan considered kasi authorized lang naman yung binanggit dyan. Authorized share capital. So, preference share, we have 1 million plus, ano ba? Ito, 750,000 pesos. So, that is 1.75 million pesos. Next natin, ordinary shares. Ordinary shares, we have 500,000 pesos plus 400 plus ano pa? Ito, 950. So, yan lang, no? Yan lang naman yung ordinary shares, no? 500 plus 400 plus 950. That is 1,850,000. So, next natin, share premium preference. Share premium preference. Ito, no? 800 plus ito, 900. Share premium preference. 1.7. Tapos, share premium ordinary. We have 140 plus 112. So, ano pa? Ordinary shares. Ito, 418. Yan lang pala, no? So, 140,000 plus 112,000 plus 418. So, answer is 670,000. No? 670,000. So, total share capital as of December 31, 2021. So, 1.75 plus 1.85 million plus 1.7 million plus 670,000. So, that is, kano yun? 5,970,000. So, ito yung journal entries under memorandum method. Tapos, ito naman yung computation ng total share capital under memorandum method. Again, no, ang memorandum method, yung kumbaga nakasanayan, no, na accounting method for share capital. So, pagdating nyo ng higher accounting topics, ito palagi, no, yung accounting method for share capital na madalas na ginagamit. Ang next natin na gagawin, yung isang method naman, no? Yung journal entry method. Again, no, ang sabi, ang difference between two methods lies in the entries pertaining to authorization. So, authorization, ito yon, no? Ito yung authorization na tinutukoy nung statement na to, no? Authorization of share capital and issuance of share capital. So, ito naman yun, no? Yung issuance. Now, paano kaya kapag journal entry method? Yung method of accounting for share capital. Journal entry method. Now, kapag journal entry method, no, ang pagkakaiba lang naman niya ay yung una yung sa journal entry to record yung authorization of share capital. No? Yung recording ng authorized share capital. Kapag memorandum entry kasi, pag memorandum method, memo entry. Kapag journal entry method, even yung authorization of share capital, naka-journal entry. Now, paano i-record yun, no, under journal entry method? So, to record yung authorization of share capital under journal entry method, ang entry natin would be debit unissued. Unahin natin si preference, no? Unissued preference shares. At what amount? Yung total amount ng authorized share capital. So, sa case na to, 10 million. Credit authorized. No? Authorized preference shares. 10 million pesos. Dalawang type of share to, no? May ordinary shares pa. I-record din natin yun. So, yun naman, debit, unissued, ordinary shares, credit, authorized, ordinary shares. At what amount? Ang amount ay, edi yung total authorized, no? 500 million. Ayan, okay. Ang account na unissued preference share, yan ay shareholders equity account, no? And ang normal balance nan, debit. So, nade-debit yan kapag mayroong authorized na number of shares. Ganun din, no, yung unissued ordinary shares. So, normal balance nan, debit, tapos shareholders equity account din yan. Meaning, hindi yan asset account, ha? Yan ay shareholders equity. Kumbaga, capital section, no? Okay. Next natin, so, ulitin lang naman natin to, no? MGYI sold 10,000 ordinary shares for 640,000 cash. So, ganun din naman ang entry, debit cash, no? 640,000. Dahil meron lang na-issue na shares, no? So, remember, yung sold, no, tsaka yung issue sa accounting for share capital, hindi naman nagkakaiba yung ibig sabihin, no? Sold ordinary shares, issue ordinary shares, so parehas lang. At dahil meron nang na-issue na shares, di mababawasan na yung total unissued. Kasi di ba debit ang normal balance ito, nagkaroon na ng issuance ng 10,000 ordinary shares. Di mababawasan na siya. Kaya credit unissued ordinary shares na 500,000. So, ito lang din naman yung mga amounts, no? Credit share premium ordinary shares 140,000. So, nabawasan na, no? Nagkaroon na ng credit ng unissued. Kasi nabawasan na yung unissued ordinary shares dahil nagkaroon ng issuance ng ordinary shares. And I hope class nasusundan pa ako, no, dun sa journal entry method. So, pagkakaiba lang naman yan, no, yung credit, unissued ordinary shares, yung gagamitin nating account. Okay, next natin, MGYI exchange 8,000 ordinary shares for a small concrete structure with a fair value of 512,000. So, to record, ganoon din naman, debit building. Okay, nagkaroon na naman ng issuance of share capital. dahil nagkaroon ng issuance of share capital, mababawasan ang unissued share capital. Babawasan ang unissued ordinary shares. Okay, debit building. Hindi yung 512,000. Yan, same amount din. Tapos, credit natin ay unissued ordinary shares. Yan. 400,000. No? 400,000. Credit, share premium, ordinary shares, 112,000 pesos. So, ayan, no? I hope nakikita nyo na yung pagkakaiba ng memorandum method and journal entry method in accounting for share capital transactions. Next natin, March 25, MYGI issued 10,000 preference shares for 180 per share. Ayan. So, debit cash, 1.8 million. Ayan. Credit unissued preference shares, 1 million pesos. Then, credit share premium preference shares, 800,000 pesos. Next transaction. So, ayan, no? So, nagkakaiba lang naman siya dun sa authorization of share capital and issuance of share capital. Next natin, June 30, MYGI sold 19,000 ordinary shares for 72 per share. So, debit cash, so 1,368,000. Credit unissued. So, nabawasan na naman yung unissued ordinary shares dahil nagkaroon ng issuance ng ordinary shares na 19,000 shares. So, credit unissued ordinary shares, ang amount ay 950,000. Credit share premium ordinary shares, 418,000 pesos. Next, October 26, MYGI sold 7,500 preference shares for 1,650,000. So, debit cash, 1.65 million. Credit unissued preference shares na magkano? 750,000. And credit share premium preference shares na 900,000 pesos. So, ayan, no? Kompleto na. Ganito yung journal entries kapag journal entry method naman ang ating gagamitin. Next natin, determine the total share capital under ng journal entry method. Now, to determine yung share capital under journal entry method, so mag-start tayo dun sa authorize, no? Dun sa authorize number of shares. So, unahin natin si authorize preference shares na magkano? 10 million pesos. Kung ito yung total authorized preference shares, kapag binawas natin yung balance ng unissued preference shares, mag-a-arrive tayo sa issued preference shares. Kaya ibabawas natin dyan yung unissued preference shares na magkano? We have 10 million dito. No? debit minus, hanap tayo ng unissued preference shares na credit. Minus 1 million. So, debit minus credit. Yan, ganyan na siya, no? 10 million minus 1 million. Tapos, ano pa? Ito, no? Minus 750,000. 10 million minus 1 million minus 750,000. That is 8 million, no? 250,000. Tapos less. Ayan. Kung ito yung authorized number of shares, authorized preference shares, 10 million. Tapos, yung hindi pa na-i-issue na preference shares or unissued is 8.25 million. Therefore, pag minus natin yung dalawang yan, mag-a-arrive tayo sa issued preference shares na magkano? 10 million minus 8.25 million, that is 1.75 million. So, yan, no? Parehas yung preference shares dito, tsaka yung issued preference shares under journal entry method. Next natin, sa ordinary naman, no? So, ganun din, authorized ordinary shares. We have 500 million. 500 million. Tapos, ibawas din natin yung unissued ordinary shares na magkano? We have debit na 500 minus 500,000, 500 million minus 500,000, ano pa? Minus 400,000 minus 950. Wala na, no? Ayan. 500 million, sorry. 500 million minus 500,000 minus 400,000 minus 950,000. So, that is 498.15 million. So, tama ba? No? 500 million minus 498.15 million. If ang authorized ordinary shares is 500 million pesos, tapos ang hindi pa na-i-issue na ordinary shares ay 498 million 0.15 na lang. Therefore, yung difference nan, yan yung ating issued ordinary shares na magkano? 1.85 million, which is parehas, no, dun sa na-compute natin sa memorandum method. Tapos, ayan, no. Next, share premium preference. So, dito wala naman pinagkaiba, no? So, kung magkano yung nakuha natin dito, ganun din yung ating share premium preference dito, 1.7 million. Share premium ordinary, so same, no? 670,000. So, total share capital under journal entry method, so we have 1.75 million preference shares, tapos 1.85 million issued ordinary shares, tapos share premium. So, total nan is 5,970,000. So, ito yung share capital as of December 31, 2021. Take note, ha, na dapat ang share capital under memorandum method no, ay dapat parehas din, no, dun sa total share capital na mako-compute natin under ng journal entry method. So, sa case na to, no, parehas naman sila. Memorandum is 5.97 million. So, parehas sa journal entry method natin na 5.97 million total share capital. Ayan. So, tapos na, no, yung ating lecture for accounting for share capital using memorandum method and journal entry method. So, kung nakatulong sa'yo, no, itong video na to, I hope, class, no, kung nakatulong naman sa'yo itong video na to, I hope bigyan nyo to ng like, tapos i-subscribe nyo na rin, no, yung channel dun sa mga hindi pa nagsusubscribe, no, para mas motivated kami, no, na gumawa ng mga accounting videos sa mga susunod. Tapos kung nakatulong sa ito, no, nakatulong sa ito aspiring CPA, so sharing is caring, baka makatulong din to, no, dun sa mga iba pa nating na aspiring CPA na hindi pa nakakapanood, no, kumbaga, ng ating mga accounting lectures. So, ayun. Tapos na, no? Again, no, recap, ito yung memorandum method. Pakita natin yung buong solution. Ito yung memorandum method, journal entries, tapos sa kabila yung journal entry method. Ayan. Tapos ito naman yung sa share capital.